We'll get started this morning for our mindful movement practice. Lying down on the mat, no props needed unless there's something that you would like to bring in. Stretch out. Oh, I like to take a full body stretch before finding stillness. Just create a little more space and then wiggle the shoulders, wiggle the hips, adjust arms and legs. Bring a smile to your face and let everything relax. We made it to the mat this morning. And that's an accomplishment. You've set aside this time for self-care. That is an accomplishment. And while you lie here, relaxing, let thoughts drift away. And bring your focus to your breath. Breathe in slowly. Breathe out slowly. Just a few breath cycles, finding a little control of the breath. And then let go of any control of the breath. Just be here, noticing. Let your body grow heavier, relaxing deeper into the support beneath you. And feel a sense of space above and around you. Space to breathe. We'll take our time in our practice today. We'll be moving slowly. So let go of any hurrying. We'll welcome a slower pace. Now bring your attention to your hands and your feet. And start to find some movement. Let it be slow. You might close and open the hands. You might draw circles with the toes. Take a deep breath. Then slowly stretch your arms overhead, reach your fingers back, extend your legs, point your toes. Open as much as you can from the tips of the fingers through the tips of the toes, from the tips of the toes out through the tips of the fingers, everywhere in between. I'm grateful for this ability to find these movements. We'll slowly bring the arms back down. We'll stretch the arms straight out to the sides from the shoulders, palms open to the sky. So you find the nice opening of the chest, opening of the shoulders. And slide one heel up towards your hips, planting the sole of the foot, and then the other. And press down through the feet. Lift the hips just an inch or two, tuck the tailbone and set the hips back down. Feel a strong connection of the low back to the mat. And pull the navel down towards the spine to increase that sensation of connection. The abdominal muscles engage a bit to make that happen. And then allow the knees to gently rock from side to side. Again, we're moving slowly. There's no rush. How does this feel as you move? Are there areas that are tight? Are there areas that are sore? Pay attention to those things as we find movement today. You can always pause, spend a little extra time somewhere if you need to take care of you. Next time the knee is lower down to the left, just rest there. The position of your legs will be different depending on where you chose to plant your feet. Maybe the legs are close together, maybe they're a little further apart. And turn your head to the right. Relax your neck. Relax your jaw. Bring your head back to center. Bring your knees back up to center. You may need a little reset of the hips. Once again, we'll allow the knees to gently go from side to side. Notice if it feels different now that we've spent some time in stillness on one side. The next time the knees lower down to the right, stay there, relax. Turn your head to the left. Bring your head back to center. Bring your knees back to center. Reset the hips if needed. Now slide your arms down to your sides. Plant your feet about hip-width distance apart. And press down through the shoulders, through the upper arms, through the feet, and lift your hips for a gentle bridge. We'll lower the hips down slowly. Then open the knees out to the sides, soles of the feet together to touch. Let's bring the hands to the belly. Let the tips of the center fingers come together to touch. And then notice as you breathe in, the fingers separate. And as you breathe out, the fingertips come back together to touch. Enjoy the movement that happens as you breathe. Bring your knees back up to center. You may choose to bring your hands to the outsides of the thighs to help make that happen. And once the knees come up to center, pull your right knee in towards your chest, hands either to the shin or the back of the thigh. Point the right toes, flex, point, and flex. And then draw some circles with the toes. One direction and the other direction. Switch to a one-handed grip, just the right hand on the right leg. Bring your left arm down to your side and start to draw some circles with the right knee. So you find gentle movement in the hip. And take your time with the circles. Change direction if you haven't already. Back to center. Cross the right ankle or the outside of the foot onto the left thigh. And stretch your arms straight out to your sides from your shoulders once again, this time palms down. And rock the legs from side to side. You can decide on the range of motion that feels good, that feels best to you right now. But move slowly. Come back to center. We'll uncross the leg, pull the knee in, this time hands to the back of the thigh. Straighten the right knee and bend. Straighten and bend. Continue that movement. The next time you straighten, pause. Might feel good to change the position of the hands, sliding them towards the calf, the ankle. Start to put the bend back in the right knee, keeping the right knee hugged in. And slide the left heel down towards the foot of the mat to extend the left leg. And we'll move into our twist using the left hand to guide the right leg over to the left. And stretch your right arm out to the right. Relax and breathe. Find a slow return to center. And lower your right foot down to the mat. Bend your left knee, plant your left foot on the mat, arms down at your sides, press down through your feet, your shoulders, your upper arms, lift your hips, bridge. You might lift higher this time. Lower the hips back down very slowly. And keep your right foot where it is and pull your left knee in, hands either to your shin or the back of your thigh. Point the toes and flex. Point and flex. Point and flex. Then start to draw some circles with the toes. And go the other direction. And then a one-handed grip on the left leg. Right arm can come down to your side. And start to draw some circles with your knee. Take your time. Notice any areas of catching. And again, you're welcome to pause anywhere you need to. Change direction if you haven't already. Back to center. And cross the outer edge of the foot or ankle onto the thigh and stretch your arms out to the sides. So left foot on the right thigh. And with your arms out to the sides, palms flipped down. Just helps with some grounding as you gently rock the legs one direction and the other. Moving slowly and finding the range of motion that's best for you this time through. Could be different on this side. And again, feel free to pause anywhere. Return to center and uncross the leg. This time bringing the hands to the back of the left thigh. Keep the right foot planted right where it is. We'll straighten the knee and bend the knee. The left leg. Straighten and bend. Next time your knee straightens, stay there. And just as on the other side, you may choose to move your hands closer to your calf or your ankle or even your foot. Keep the leg elevated with the bend back in the knee. Keep the left knee hugged in as you slide the right heel down towards the foot of the mat. And then use your right hand to guide your left leg over to the right for your twist. Stretch your left arm out to the left. Relax and breathe. Back to center very slowly. Plant your left foot on the mat. Bend your right knee. Plant your right foot on the mat. With arms down at your sides, find another bridge. Press down to lift up. See how high you can go. Let your chest draw towards your chin as you open through the back of the neck. Take your time, lowering back down. And once you get there, knees out wide, soles of the feet together to touch. You might bring the hands to the belly once again. Take 4 or 5 deep breaths here. Knees return to center with or without assistance from the hands. And pull both knees in towards the chest. And feel your low back pressing into the mat. Circle the knees around a couple times each direction. And then a happy baby, separate the knees and open the soles of the feet to the sky. And hold on to the backs of the thighs. You can hold on to the calves or the ankles or the feet. Open up through the back of the neck, lengthen, rather than letting your chin jut up towards the ceiling. Relax the shoulders, relax the face. Might feel good to rock from side to side. You may prefer to remain still. Now release the feet, lower them back down, release the legs, lower the feet back down to the mat, and roll onto your side. Press yourself up to a seated position. Extend the legs out in front. And shift the hips from side to side, finding center. Bring your shoulders up to your ears. Draw them back, lower them down. Take that a few times. Now twist to the right, left hand to the outside of the right leg. Press your right palm down into the mat. The right arm as close to the spine as possible. Then back to center. And twist the other direction. Back to center. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, lower the arms down. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, lower down. One more time, inhale up. Exhale, lower down, bring your hands together behind your back, interlace your fingers, and lift and open your chest. Lift your gaze, pull the shoulder blades closer together. You might slide your hands back a bit if they're resting on the ground. We'll keep the interlaced fingers and begin to fold forward. Lift the arms away from the back. Out. Pull the shoulders away from the ears. Take your time coming back up. Keep the arms behind us. Just switch the interlace of the fingers. And once again, lift and open the chest. And add your forward fold. Make your way back up and release the interlaced fingers. Place your hands, palms on your thighs, and start to slide the hands down towards the knees, the shins, fold forward. Hands might slide to the ankles, might slide to the feet. Walk your hands back in, coming up slowly. And we'll move from here into table. Once you come into your table, notice what's happening in the elbows. We keep a micro bend in the elbows. You're not blocking out or hyperextending. Then start to find some movement. Shift the hips from side to side. You could round your spine one direction and the other, cow and cat. You could send your hips back towards your heels, come back up. Just move around. And then walk the hands forward, 1 or 2 hand lengths to your kneeling plank. Curl your toes under, lift your knees to a high plank, and lift your hips, downward facing dog. Move around in your downward facing dog, just like you did in table. Exploring. Walk your feet to your hands, forward fold near the top of the mat. Move into gorilla pose from here, sliding the hands under the feet, palms flipped up, lifting the toes and the balls of the feet to slide the hands under as far as they'll go. Relax your neck, let your head hang heavy. Bend your knees any amount that you need to get your hands under your feet. Bring one hand out from under your foot and then the other. Keep the knees bent. Plant your palms on your thighs for support and take your time rolling up to standing. Let your head be the last thing to come up. At the top, shoulders up, back, and down a couple times. And inhale, arms out and up. And exhale, lower the arms down. Inhale up. Exhale down. One more time like that. Inhale up. Exhale down. And this time, reach up, stay lifted, right hand around your left wrist. Stretch. Soften your knees. Come back to center and go the other direction. Back to center. And release the arms down. Hands together behind the back. Interlace the fingers. Lift and open your chest. Again, soften the knees. We'll keep this opening of the chest as we find a forward fold. Interlaced fingers remain as you fold forward. Come back up slowly. Switch the interlace of the fingers. And again, nice lift, feeling of lift and opening before you move into your forward fold. Make your way back up slowly. Release the interlaced fingers. And then turn so that your toes face the long edge of the mat and step your feet out wide, heels in, toes out. You don't need to be really, really wide, but what we want is to be able to bend the knees and have the knees over the ankles, not have the knees going beyond the toes. Okay, so a wide enough stance that when you bend your knees are over your ankles. And then look down and make sure that the knees are pointing the same direction as the toes. We don't want the knees in and toes out. We want the knees to be facing the same direction as the toes. So adjust the feet as needed. And then we'll straighten the legs once you've made those adjustments. And then inhale, reach out and up. Exhale, hands come to heart center. Inhale, out and up. Exhale, hands to heart center. One more time like that. Inhale, out and up. And exhale, hands to heart center. This time, inhale, out and up. Exhale, hands to heart center and bend your knees. Straighten the knees. Inhale, arms out and up. Exhale, bend the knees as hands come to heart center. And take that a few more times. Next time your hands are at heart center and your knees are bent, stay there. Stack the shoulders over the hips. Chest is open. And lift your heels. Lower the heels back down. Keep the hands at heart center as you straighten the knees. Then lower the arms down. Right hand can rest on the outside of the right thigh. Left arm out and up and over. Find a beautiful stretch through your left side. If you find that your left shoulder is falling inward and you're looking down, come up a little bit so that you can keep your chest open. Reach up, lower your left arm down, and now the left hand comes to rest on the outside of the left thigh. Right arm out, up, and over. Make your way back up. Lower your arm down. We'll heel toe the feet in, in. Inhale, reach out and up. Exhale, hands to heart center. And close your eyes. And take a deep breath in. Open mouth exhalation. Blink the eyes open, release the arms down. We're going to come down to have a seat on the mat. So if you want to turn towards the top edge of the mat, walk to the top edge of the mat and make your way down. You can do it that way, whatever feels best. Come down to have a seat and then gently roll down to your back. Once you come down to your back, bring your knees in towards your chest and circle them around a couple times each direction. Back to center. And we'll keep both knees hugged in. Stretch the arms straight out to your sides from your shoulders, palms flipped down. And lower the legs down to the left. Once the legs lower down, turn the palms to face up. Let your hands relax. Let your arms relax. Turn your head to the right if you'd like. You've turned your head, bring your head back to center. Bring your knees back to center. And we'll circle the knees around a couple times each direction once again. Meet back at center. Stretch your arms straight out to your sides from your shoulders, palms flipped down, and lower the legs down to the right. Once the legs have lowered down, and turn the palms to face up. Let the backs of the hands rest. Turn your head if you'd like. Your head is turned, bring your head back to center, and bring the knees back to center. One circle each direction. When you return to center, send your feet up to the sky, straighten the legs, pull your straight legs in. Then release the feet down to the mat. See if there's anything else that you would like. Maybe one more bridge. Any other movements that you need. And find your place of stillness. Your shavasana, your final relaxation. Letting this be a place of comfort. And simply breathe in and breathe out. Relax completely.
body and mind calm. Embrace stillness. Smile. And thank yourself for coming to the mat today. Take a deep breath in. Open mouth exhalation. And again, deep breath in. Let it out. Bring your attention to your hands and your feet and start to awaken. If you'd prefer to remain in stillness, of course, you're welcome to do that. If you're continuing with your reawakening, then add on with other movements that feel good. Eventually rolling to your side and pausing there for a few breaths before pressing yourself up to a seated position. Calm and centered, ready to welcome whatever the day has to offer. Take another deep breath in, let it out. Thank you for sharing the practice this morning. Have a beautiful Thursday. Namaste.